didn't, she said. 10 comes after 9. Miss Fine said, that's right. Well, Morris looked sad. What is the matter, Morris? Asked Miss Fine. Morris held up his hoofs. I can only count to 4, he said. Miss Fine said, you can count higher than that. I will show you. Well, she counted on Morris's hoofs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then she counted on Morris's antlers. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Morris said, I like to count. I will never wear a hat. Miss Fine said, now I think it's time to sing a song. What is a song? Morris asked. Well, Miss Fine said, I will show you. She sang, I've been working on the railroad. What is a railroad? Morris asked. Well, a railroad has tracks, said Miss Fine. They look like this. Oh, I know what tracks are. Morris said, firemen climb them. No, no, said Miss Fine. Firemen climb ladders. Ladders go up like this. Well, Morris said, let's sing another song. I'm learning a lot. Miss Fine said, no, we just have time for a game. Let's play make-believe. Well, a girl said, I am a tree. A boy said, I am a monkey. Another boy said, I am a moose. Morris and the children laughed. Well, Morris went to the clothes closet. He said, I am a coat closet. The children laughed again, and Miss Fine laughed too. Then the school bell rang. Morris asked, is that the ice cream man? Miss Fine said, no, no, it's time to go home. Well, Morris gave the children their coats. The children and Morris said, goodbye, Miss Fine. Miss Fine said, I will see you all tomorrow. Well, Morris ran to the forest. He took money from his hiding place. He wanted candy. This time he went to the right store. He said, hello, I want some gumdrops, please. The man said, hello, they are 1 for a penny. How much money do you have? Well, Morris looked. He had 5 pennies. I have 5 pennies, he said. Give me 5 gumdrops, please. The man gave Morris the gumdrops. He said, you have learned arithmetic. What else have you learned in school? Well, Morris said, I've learned how to hoof paint. I learned how to spell moose. I learned how to be a clothes closet. And I learned all the numbers in the alphabet. The man said, you mean all the letters, don't you? Well, Morris wanted to say yes. Morris tried to say yes, but Morris couldn't. His mouth was still full of gumdrops. Well, many of the things we just read about, we're going to be doing especially this week in Romper Room, but every week, because Romper Room is your school. But we don't have a moose here, do we? No. But later this week, we are going to have an animal, a special animal from the Turtleback Zoo, and we hope you join us for that. But before that, we're going to have a big parade here in Romper Room, and I know some of my friends have been waiting for a parade and been waiting.
Well, I want the drum. I want the drum.
Let's give someone the tambourine.
I want the
And, oh, there's so many. Excuse me, let's give Robert the drum right now. And, we may not have enough instruments for everyone. Okay, here's one drum here, and here's a triangle. And let's see, here's a pan and a spoon. Would you please get an instrument out at your house so you can play with us? Here's a shaker for somebody and another shaker. And who wants some bells? And we have our rhythm sticks. And we've got another shaker. And here are our sand blocks. And, oh, one more drum. And we've got some more blocks. And now we've got some sandpaper. Can you use the sandpaper? Well, we've got so many instruments, but I don't think we have quite enough. But who doesn't have an instrument? Could you put both hands up in the air and then get ready to clap, because your hands are going to be your instrument. But first we need a leader. Who's going to be our leader? Let's see. What is your name?
Sabrina.
Sabrina. Let's let Sabrina be our leader. Would you stand right here? Would everybody line up behind Sabrina? And would you please get ready to march to our music and play your instruments, clap your hands. Sabrina, are your hands ready? Let's say Mr. Music, please. Come on, everybody. Come on, join our band. Clap your hands. Can you clap your hands and join our band and march? Come on, everybody, clap your hands if you don't have an instrument. Can you lead everybody down there? Sabrina, good. Sabrina? And now, would you please put your instruments away? Before you do that, would you look down at your feet? How many of you are wearing shoes? How many of you are wearing shoes that tie? Do you know how to tie your own shoes? Well, we're going to show you an easy way to tie your shoes next here in Romper Room.
Romper Room will be back after these messages.
It's the Dolly Pop's Dress Show.
Dolly Pop's Dress Show, oh Dolly, Dolly, Dolly.
The new Dolly Pop's Dress Show has a stage that really turns. A dress show dressing room with 8 beautiful pop-on outfits.
You are beautiful.
Dolly Pop's Dress Show, oh Dolly, Dolly, Dolly. Dolly Pop's.
Dolly Pop's Dress Show comes with everything you see here. New from Knickerbocker.
You can imagine with color forms, sugar and spice, that everything's nice as can be. Pretending sugar invited you to tea, then you and Spice climb the lollipop tree. Scratch and sniff, and you can tell what looks so good has a very good smell as well. Sugar and Spice is a color form street. How sweet make-believing can be. Sugar and Spice comes with everything you see here.
It's color forms fun.
Do you know that Sally was just telling me she's already learned how to tie your shoes? Well, that's so important. Who can tell me why it's important to know how to tie your shoes?
Because you can slip.
You can trip on your shoelaces if your shoes aren't tied. And you can hurt yourself very badly. And that's another reason.
Right here.
Well, that's another reason why it's so important to look at this simple lesson and learn how to tie your own shoes. Now, do you have shoes on right now that tie like this? All right, well, please just watch right now, and then we'll do it a second time, and you can practice on your own shoes. The first thing you're going to do is take each of the shoelaces, all right, and you're going to cross them to make the letter X. Do you see the letter X? Do you? Very good. Now, please take the one that's on the bottom. Which one is that? Is this on the bottom or is this on the bottom? That one. Take that, and we're going to curve it up and through the bottom of the X. All right, right under that. And then we're going to take both ends and pull. We've made the first knot. Now, the second part of this is to take the one string, shoelace, and make a loop over your tall man. Then take the other one and make a loop over your pointer. All right. Now we've got one long one like that and one long one like this with the 2 loops. And we make an X with those 2. Do you see the X again? Do you see it here and there? Now, which one is on the bottom this time? Is it this one or is it that one?
That.
Good. Now we're going to take that and again pull it through the bottom of the X. And then we pull
That's my way.
and And what do we have? Are the shoes tied?
I know
Yes.
how to tie that way.
Alyssa says she knows. Could you come up here, Alyssa, and could you show us again? All right. Now this time, if you're wearing shoes that tie, would you please untie one shoe and practice along with Alyssa here? All right. First, she made the X way up in the air. Now she's making one loop. She's making the other loop. She's making the X. And she's bringing it through the bottom of the X. And now what does she do? Pull. Is it tied? Yes, it is.
I tied this one. I tied that way.
All right. Frank, would you please come up here? And are you practicing at your house? If you're wearing tie shoes, you can practice right now.
I tied it this way. My brother did it.
Okay. Frank is making his X up in the air instead of on the paper, but once you learn how to make the X, then that's where you might want to make it also. Pull it tight. Now what does he do next? One loop. Right, this is another way to tie.
I tied both things. And I tried flipping that with 9 bows. That's the hardest one.
Almost, Frank. We're going to start over. Right. One loop and bring it all the way around to the other. Okay. Oh, almost.
Not quite.
Almost.
That's not.
He did make a knot, but let's see, he's trying again. Now, when you're first learning how to tie your shoes, you might need to practice several times. All right, Frank, could you try it the way I just showed the boys and girls?
I tried.
All right, let's try it. Let's untie this.
I can do it that way.
All right, and let's make the X. Can you help me make the X on the board? Take that piece and cross it over. All right, now we have the X. Now, which one's on the bottom? Is this one on the bottom, or is this one on the bottom?
This one.
All right, can you pick that one up at the end and put it all the way under, all the way through the bottom of the X, and then pull both ends. And what did he get? All right, he's got his first knot. Now, the second part was, where's your tall man finger? All right, make a loop over your tall man. And then, where's your pointer finger? Make a loop over your pointer finger. Oh, let's get that finger there. All right, now you've got one loop, and you've got the other loop. Now, you're going to make an X with those. If I put this down, can you take the other loop and make the X? Just a minute. Frank, let's leave this one down. Can you put this one down here and like that? And then take this loop, and can you put that over and make an X like that? Good. Now, take the bottom one. Which one is on the bottom? The one you're holding, and bring it through the bottom of the X. Frank, just a minute. Let's leave it there so everybody can look at it for a minute. All right, so our friends at home can look. Can you put this down? Good. Very good.
I can do it that way.
One is crossed like that. One is crossed like that. Now, do you see the X? Boys and girls at home, do you see the X?
Yeah.
1 and 2. Now, which one is, Frank, before you touch it, which one is on the bottom?
This one.
Oh, let's look again. Is that this one on the bottom, or is that one?
That one.
That one is. So can you pick that one up? I'll hold this one. Oh, just a minute. We need our X, don't we? Frank, can you let go for just a minute so I can make the X? Good. Now, I'll hold the middle of the X down. Can you pick that one up and put it through the bottom of the X? Oh, boys and girls, I think Frank has it. Is it through? All right, pull both. What did Frank just do? Very good.
I can do it.
Oh, I think I know many of you can. Well, Would you please send me a letter and tell me that you know how to tie your shoes? All right, here's our address. Send me the letter at Romper Room, WORTV, New York, New York, 10018. And I know that it may take you a few times, just like it took Frank a few times. But are you happy you did it finally? Well, we hope that you'll ask an older brother or sister or grown-up at your house to help you after Romper Room.
I know how to tie a different way.
You do? Well, do you know what we're going to do next? We are going to play a game. And before you can play the game, you have to make sure that your shoes are tied. Are your shoes tied, boys and girls? Well, if you have buckles, make sure they're buckled. Then would you please take a basket?
Oh, I hate
Would you please put it up on your head? And would you please walk? Now, if you don't have a basket, use a paper plate or a book. Put it up on your head and walk. All right, Jonathan, may I help you? Remember, if you look down at the floor, what's going to happen to the basket? All right, so look up in the air. Good. Oh, Robert, you're doing so well. How are you doing, Frank? Look straight ahead. Good. Very good. Oh, Robert, let's see. Look straight ahead, arms down at your side. All right. Oh, don't move your head. Good, good, good. Alyssa? Do you have good posture? Can you walk with very good posture? Oh, it's healthy to walk with good posture, isn't it? Now we're going to put our baskets away and we're going to play a game about letters of the alphabet with all of our visitors and with you next here in Romper Room.
Romper Room will be back after these messages.
Presenting Ronald McDonald and Wacky World Racers.
A race one time around the world and back, and the winner gets a delicious McDonald's cheeseburger, don't you know?
Ooh.
Ready, go!
And they're off. Ronald McDonald going to the lead.
Gotta win that McDonald's cheeseburger.
In England, the Goblins are gaining ground. They're losing ground. No, they're gaining ground again. And it's Grimace spinning out of the turn in France. He sure must want that McDonald's cheeseburger. Better hop to it, Hamburglar. Back to France.
I hope I'm winning.
And back to Ronald McDonald. Meanwhile, in Spain... And breaking into the lead is absolutely no one. There's no telling who's going to win that McDonald's cheeseburger. And down the stretch they come. Uh-oh, watch out, Ronald.
Hoppin' McHamburgers.
And the winner is Ronald McDonald by a neck. Let's see that finish again. It's still Ronald McDonald by a neck.
There's so much fun for you today.
Thanks, everyone. I always flip for a McDonald's cheeseburger.
At McDonald's.
I'd like to show you a letter of the alphabet. It doesn't begin the word moose, but if your name is William or Wendy, it begins your name. It also begins the name of a day of the week. Which day is that? W for Wednesday. Well, could you please... Right, that's right.
And that's my name.
W for your last name. Well, now, could you please see if you can find the W? Do you think it's here, or here, or here, or there? Let's see if you were right. All right, excuse me, would all of you please stay seated so the boys and girls at home can see? We've got so many boys and girls here today. I think if you all stand up, people won't be able to see. Did you point to this one?
Yeah. Me.
Very good. Well, let's try one other letter this morning. This is a V for Valentine or Victoria. Well, where is the V? Here or here or there or there? Right there, exactly right. Well, we're going to leave our letters here and play one last game with all of you. Would you please stay right where you are, down in your box? Pretend there's a big box around you. And stay there until I say, Jack, out of the box. Jack, in the box. Jack, out of the box. Jack, in the box. Jack, in the box. Jack, out of the box. Jack, in the box. Jack, in the box. Jack, out of the box. Jack, out of the box. Jack, out of the box. the box. Oh, did I catch you? What was the last thing I said? Jack out of the box. Jack in the box. Jack out of the box. Jack in the box. Jack out of the box. Jack in the box. There's Jack out of the box. And now, would you please sit down inside of your box? Stay right there. And I'd like to remind you that starting next Monday, September 14th, we'll be looking for you an hour earlier in your school, 9 o'clock in the morning. And I'll be back in just a minute to talk to you and your parents about some very special things happening this week in our school.
Romper Room will be back after these messages. Morning, Holly Hobby.
Holly Hobby.
Association of America.